This podcast is brought to you by Infinite Resources, a local staffing agency connecting diverse job candidates in central Iowa companies.
Amplified.
Welcome back to another episode of the Failing Adds Up podcast. Another beautiful day, another week here in the studio. And before we get started, I wanted to make sure, I know I say on every single podcast, but seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, very, very super thankful for every single one of you. Thank you once again for tuning in with us here on another beautiful episode here. And as you see, we set the mood. First time we have this cool lighting here. So shout out to the Amplified DSM team for setting that up. And the reason we have this lighting is because it goes perfectly with our guest today. So without further ado, let me introduce our guest for today. He is the owner and director of 515 Live in Kosmic Kingdoms here in Des Moines. He is also a resident in VooDoo Entertainment Club, Nightingale. He performs at Platform, and you can also catch him in Omaha, Iowa City, and also in AJ's in Ames. Lastly, he performs around the country. Please help me introduce DJ Raj.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys.
What's going on, Raj? How are you doing today?
It's a good day, not too cold. That's the main thing so it's been a good winter, so
Yeah.
good day to talk.
Yeah, so people might not be able to tell because we usually pre-record our episodes and then release them. But here, it's the week of Thanksgiving, so super thankful for everybody. Thankful for you for coming on to the podcast and taking some time. And, with the winter, I'm thankful that we don't have any snow yet.
Yep, and with the holidays, we can probably use some. So happy holidays to everybody. Make sure you guys eat a lot of turkey.
Yeah, absolutely. So going there with the introduction, listed off a lot of things. It sounds like you're doing, we even talked about before you came here, you're doing a lot of things. You have your hand in so many buckets. You're traveling around the world, traveling around the country. So, today we really wanted to get into your journey, your story, DJ Raj, about, your upbringing, childhood, what that was like, or any major points you feel like you had in your life that really led you up to the point of where you are now.
Nice. It's a long journey. I'm 50 years old, so of course I've been doing it for a long time right now. So originally from India, I was 18 and I went to London for a little bit. And my cousin was an editor for the Ministry of Sound London. And I started listening to some house music and that kind of stuff and all the completions and stuff. Then I moved on to the United States and I joined the Drake University. I did my pharmacy degree over there. I started working for the corporate, and DJing was my passion from childhood. I used to make the mix tapes, and that kind of stuff, and complete my own playlist and stuff. Moving forward at Drake, I started doing some frat parties and stuff, and I had a house, and we used to throw the lighthouse parties, and so that passion became, people started liking it, what I was doing, and then I got an offer out to play in a club, small club called the Tony's Place on Urbandale, and he did not give me a weekend gig because I was still a learning phase or so. So he gave me a Sunday gig, but with a little bit of popularity and people from Drake and student following me and friends and stuff, they started showing up, and he started making more money on a Sunday than a weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Tony, and he was a previous owner. He was a Drake graduate too. He was a lawyer. For me for a little bit. Then he owns the Safari Bar on University Avenue, which is currently Lefties right now. And we do monthly shows over there with the Eclipse Underground there. So check it out with the Jammers group. Then moving forward, the passion became more of a business. And a friend of mine named Bobby came up to me. I said, and we used to go to Garden to listen to house music and that kind of stuff. And just a long story short, club after club after club. So I started being resident DJ at the Ibiza, and followed up by I play at Liars Club in downtown. I know it's going past and stuff. Then I partner with a couple of Kinji Nakata, one of your team member over here. We opened a bar 2060, and then I was also passionate about the house music scene and EDM underground and stuff. So Richard McCabe was the original owner of 515 Alive. He came up to me for helping me with the promotion. So that's how I got involved with the 515 Alive scene. There was a free event. We used to only charge like $5 for the wristband. People used to come and drink and stuff. So anyway, the involvement got up, and I'm here involved with a lot of community events with the Indo-American Association. I also work with the Latin Heritage Festival. Then owning a 515 Alive. So journey continues, and I'm here right now. We're doing a lot of international travel weddings. I have a bunch of accounts I got a bunch of DJs that work under me, and we got a good team.
Wow. So you got into so much there, and I want to kind of take it piece by piece into detail. So this is one question I had, because I just learned today, actually. I didn't know you said you were a pharmacist before, right?
Yep.
How long did you do that for?
I had worked for Dolls for 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah,
wow.
then I owned my own pharmacy in Oskaloosa. But I started working for Medicare Pharmacy and bought my own pharmacy.
So was that right out of college then?
Right out of college, I started working for the Dolls. So
Okay.
I had a corporate job. Then Dolls closed because I think their business closed. And so then I found working with the replacement pharmacy job, and they put me in a Medicare Pharmacy in Oskaloosa. And then they offered me to buy the pharmacy from them, and then I bought the pharmacy. So
Gotcha.
And then I sold it to Hy-Vee. So.
Gotcha. So this is where my question comes in, because I'm trying to relate myself with you and your story, in the sense of, we're both minorities. So the question that I have is, what was that conversation like, or how did that go between you and your parents from the point that you were a pharmacist to transitioning into doing DJing full time? Like how did that look?
Yeah, my family is pretty orthodox. It's just like every Indian family is. They want their kids to have a degree. The education is the main part in our culture, coming from India. And the mentality always is over there, engineer or a doctor or some kind of a medical profession. So I made them happy by going to college and getting a degree. And one of the biggest reasons for me translate out of the pharmacy was I had a daughter who was born with Down syndrome. So the corporate hours weren't working for me that much because she needed me more time. And so this is a type of business I was making same amount of money, a little bit more, but it was working on my own terms and my time, so I can spend more time with my daughter. So as parents, they accepted it. My parents are very cool. They're pretty open-minded about it, and they just wanted me to see happy, and they say, whatever makes you happy, just keep doing it. And they were happy because I gave them a degree, though, for sure.
So they're like, now that you got it out of the way, you already have it.
So here's your degree. That's good. You can tell your family members, you can tell community, okay, our son is highly graduated too. It's just a passion. So.
Gotcha. So was that not necessarily too hard of a conversation to have with them then?
No, they're pretty open-minded about it, and they accepted it. And it's having a daughter as a Down syndrome, able to spend some time, so they understood it. So.
Gotcha. So it's because of the circumstances almost, in a way.
Exactly. So
that makes sense. So and kind of backtracking into your story as well, do you remember the first time that you kind of started actually DJing? Because you mentioned that you started at a young age, but do you kind of remember when it started actually forming into, you said, mixtapes, and then progressing from there?
Yeah, the time has changed over the period of time. People used to do it for vinyls, then mixtapes. So I learned out DJing on a vinyl, some basics on it, and then the time change went to CDJs, and now DJ. We used to carry a bunch of cases with the vinyl, 12-inch vinyls, and it was a lot of work for us, big equipment and stuff. Mm-hmm. The technology has changed over the period of time. Now a DJ comes with just a pen drive, and you just put it in, and your whole track list and playlist is over there. So. For me as a DJ, the one thing about it, I adapted to the technology quick, and I'm pretty, I would say I'm savvy on keeping up with the new technology. And so that's what you do need in this field for sure, because times have changed and the clubs and stuff are not putting no turntables over there, just putting CDJs with a USB drive. So it's convenient for the clubs and event centers and also for the DJs. so make it life easier for them. So
Is that difficult at all? Like, do you ever have to go to one club and then they have a completely different setup from somewhere else, so you have to learn?
yeah, usually I carry my own setup these days,
Okay.
so that's easy. I'm the difference between some of the big DJs, because every DJ have some genres. One is a house DJ, one is a bass DJ or hip hop DJ. I'm considering myself more of a multicultural, like open format DJ. The good thing about me is I can DJ in Latin music,
Mm-hmm.
though I don't understand the language. It means, but music is all about beats and stuff. So, and also I can do a lot of Bollywood events, which is my main goal is right now for future, and we are blowing up in all over USA. Uh, and also I can do Arabic, I can do Bosnian music, I can do hip hop, 70, and being a DJ for that long, you have a knowledge about the music, from listening from a Tupac to a Little Uzi Vert or
Yeah.
something like that. So I gotta keep up with the new thing. I love to DJ in a college town. It helps me build up my playlist because when they request a song, it grabs me what is hot and stuff. Of course, these days you have pools and you also have these days DJing is easy. Just go follow the TikTok trend.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's your playlist pretty much.
So talk to us about that a little bit. Like, how do you create or form a track for your set that night, or how does that look?
Believe it or not, for 30 years for me DJing, I never curated my set. I never created one. I only had 3 or 4 crates in my computer. Current music, past music, Bollywood music, Latin music. That's it.
But how do you do it? Like, okay, let's say if you're playing Latin music that night.
So
Like,
the biggest thing about the DJs, the new upcoming DJs, the 3 factors to the DJing. You have to definitely have to beat match it, and then you have to also make sure the transitions are okay, and also the main thing is the programming. So a good friend of mine, DJ Jimmy Jim, mentioned to me, so you can teach monkey to be a DJ, but you gotta be a good programmer. But that means you gotta able to read the crowd. For example, a DJ is starting at 9 o'clock, an early opening spot. You cannot play shots.
right.
And you got to blend into the aspect. Plus, most of the DJs, the young DJs, they play for themselves. If you're working for the club or events and stuff, it's easy for the festivals and stuff because you already have a crowd already there. You can get away with anything you want to play. You can hype it up because you're walking into that 1,000 of people. But when you're in a club, you're opening a club at 9 or 10 o'clock, the phase of going up, how people are ticketing in, and especially with the VooDoo, the demographics I'm dealing with is just totally unique, different. I don't know what I'm dealing with. I have people coming from Middle East. I have people coming from South America, Mexico, Indians, African Americans, all kind of different races. It's like a mixed
like a
match,
melting pot of it, huh?
which I love it because then I can being an open format DJ. I'll be able to cultivate to my different style, genres, and everything. Which is, to me, music is a unity of community together. It's a universal language, and that brings people together. Doesn't matter that you can understand the language or not language. It's just seeing those people dancing with the different beats I play. That makes me so happy. So,
Gotcha. Okay. Wow, you're going into so much. Like, my questions are like all over the place. But do you have any like super? How long have you been DJing now? How many years?
going on to almost 30 years.
30 years. So I'm sure you have at least one story. What's one of the craziest DJ stories that you have?
Damn, there are so many, plenty of them. In what trend you're asking? That question.
Just any of them. Like,
The longest story was so it's my set, the 10-hour long set. So one of the DJs didn't show. 2 of the DJs didn't show up. They were coming on the same flight, and so I had to DJ for 10 hours for this event, and which was just one of the longest set I've played for a long time. So and night before I didn't sleep, and it was a crowded event, and it went very well. And so the craziest story about that part is like I couldn't able to go take a piss either. So I had to call. I had to arrange something to make this thing happen. So we had to figure something out so I can at least take care of, so I can go take a piss.
Right.
So that was the hardest part. The 10-hour set is just too long. Then obviously men's clubs have a lot of other stories and stuff. Nothing is popping in my head right now. So
Gotcha. Okay. So from moving, like, what does that progression look like from going from like the smaller end clubs to going to actual residency in a regular club to 515 and doing those festivals?
Let's talk about a little bit about 515 Live Festival, which hasn't happened since COVID. Things have been changed and stuff. We don't know what's the future of it either, with the recession coming in, and inflation and everything like that. And I think the trend of new generation is also changing too. I've been definitely seeing the events attendees are going down over the period of time.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just a new generation. They're more into that TikTok influencer marketing and stuff, and
Okay.
the life is getting easier for them. I mean, look at it. There was a time when I grew up going outside playing in a bike with the kids,
Right.
baseball. That the whole trend has changed over the period of time. Means you're talking to two friends, they'll be on the phone all the time. So that's another thing. Clubs and events are growth that brings a unity, bring people together, community together, which is, I think, hopefully that does not get diminished with the AI or something like that. So I think that's the issue is right now the new generation. I don't know what are we are into generation what
Gen Z,
Gen
Generation Z, yeah.
So, like I give you an example from my son. He's also just recently started DJing and stuff. He's a resident at AJ's. He's going for actuarial science, and he comes to me and said, "Dad, just give me this kind of money. I'll return you with the interest." And also these students doesn't want to get involved with too much studying and stuff. So the trend is changing over the period of time. Hopefully, it doesn't change that. It affects the community that much. So people can still do activities together and stuff. So, talking about 515 again, it's Cosmic Kingdom was also another show which you probably we question with the city too, we could be able to do or not. The 515, but we don't know if it's gonna come back or not gonna come back. So it all depends on what is new generations, how the ticket sales are and everything. As a passion, I do want to come back, but we also have to look in the back for the financial aspect of it too, because it's not a cheap show.
Right.
To create an event like that cost millions of dollars and stuff. Not every person for a passion people can do it, but we have to also look at the business aspect of it too. So I like to bring it back, but it's could be next year. So we talk about it every day. Every time I go outside, people ask me and say, "Hey, are you bringing 515 Alive back?" If not, we're still curating some small shows and stuff and some events so we can keep the community together. So.
Yeah, so I know you have like you're mentioning, you have a lot of people who are who want to engage into that. Is there anything that they can help with? People that are watching in a way to maybe create a movement to bring it back, or a way that they can volunteer for help, things like that.
Yeah, volunteers are always good. It's actually 515 started as a volunteer event, and it was a free event to everybody, bringing the community together. But we got the growth of the event happened too fast and so quick. Me and my partner Dan Green, so it becomes an issue of more of a financial sometimes. Obviously, the volunteers help are always there with the 500. It's a community-run program, so our scene has diminished too. There was a time that we bring a decent artist in Woolies or a platform. We didn't even have to promote much, and people will buy tickets, and we was able to pull like small 500-600 people. But now it's tough to bring those people. Like I said, the time has changed. People are to bring them together. All I can say is keep supporting other shows, keep sharing to your social media and your Instagram, Snapchat, and build up the community more stronger. So, and also recession is another thing. I feel like with the war going on and stuff, inflation going up and stuff, so people think about their future, where to spend money. So that's what from our end, we're gonna start bringing some shows which are not that highly priced either, so everybody can afford to. So just keep supporting and just keep sharing on your social media, and don't tell people to come to the show, and don't intimidate them, say how good the shows are, and build up the community.
Gotcha.
The music scene.
So as like an owner and director of 515, do you get to meet the artists that you guys bring in? Because you've brought in some huge artists, like in the past couple of years, like what, Future,
Wiz Khalifa, Future, Millennium, Suicide Boys, Trippie Redd, and everybody. I usually don't meet with them. So we have a third party that and artist buyers and the TM and those guys and artist liaisons and stuff, people that work with behind the scene. And usually these guys, big artists and stuff, they come perform and they usually take off. So it's a quick in and out for them because that's the profession they're into. They do so many festivals and events. So
Right.
pretty Wiz was pretty cool. I kind of have little met with him. Wiz Khalifa was pretty chill guy. Then sometimes you come with the artists, they're full of attitude and stuff too. Depending on their mood. So my interaction is pretty much less with them. I'm more of a front guy dealing with the customers. Giving that shake hand and solving the problems. There's behind the scenes totally different team of people. So it's a good balance between me and my partner. He handles behind the scene. I do the front of aspect of it. So we keep both scenes happy. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And going back to the premise of the show, Failing Adds Up, because I'm sure it hasn't always just been like from college, doing the frat parties, to going to the clubs, to doing 515, that it was all picture perfect. So can you talk a little bit and give us an insight on like any failures that happened throughout your career that you really feel that, catapulted you into the spot of where you are now?
Failures are always in a part of a life. It's up and downs in this production and entertainment business is full of up and downs. You cannot predict if the show will sell out. And the bigger failures are sometimes with the weather too. Artists not showing up. As for the failure aspect of it, like I feel like with the COVID, it affected a lot to the entertainment industry and how the perspective of people have changed over the period of time. That did hurt us entertainment industry and also me a little financially too, because you think about you had to pivot yourself to the different direction. So that's what we did. It was a great successful event, Cosmic Kingdom and 515 Alive, and so those things now not happening for last 3 years is definitely a big failure to us. Which I like to bring it back.
So how did you pivot during the COVID time?
During the pivot, obviously I have a degree in pharmacy and stuff, so I started building the aspect of the consulting stuff. I also pivoted myself into some trucking business, and the other aspect of it. I started doing, actually another thing we started working on is food festivals.
Okay.
And so we did the event, which was pretty successful. And in October, I did another food event, worldwide food truck, which was a pretty decent turnaround. And also, obviously, and other things I pivoted towards is more weddings and stuff. And also recently, we're working with a lot of political people who got involved with the community votes and stuff like that. So I just got a call from a Republican team, so they want me to DJ their event towards the Indian community and stuff.
So you didn't stop DJing?
I know I can't stop DJing. A lot of people say, Raj, why you DJ at this age? To me, it's a meditation. Be honest with you, it keeps me calm. It just I feel good. Have people dancing in front of me. I don't know if it's a fame aspect of it that's keep me going, but music is just like a meditation for me. A lot of people have different, so they do yoga or they run or something, bicycle. So music is my main thing. Having people dancing, having a smile on their face, and cheering it up and bringing the community together, and it makes me happy. I never go with the intention to make a money on a show. This is my thing. Is I just want a community to be happy. Everybody come together. Yeah, just keep doing your duties. Don't worry about the result. It finally it will be. If you're doing good, it'll come back. So
Yeah. So how does that like lifestyle look? Being a DJ for 30 years now, I'm sure it takes a toll on your body.
Yeah, it does. My sleep pattern is pretty messed up. So obviously, you always gotta go to bed like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I'm not a morning person. When you ask me to come in the mornings early, I say no, I can't do it, man. We gotta do anything after 1 o'clock or so. Obviously it affects the little family too, because I'm divorced, so so the reason is because you have to spend the time with the family and stuff too. So, and it's tough because the hours of working are different. It could be a little hard on your health too, because you're screwing up your sleeping schedule and stuff. But if you balance it right, I think everything is possible. people working on night jobs too, so I consider it as a night job, you know. So
Right, right.
yeah, so
'Cause so how many days out of the week do you DJ? Like
So-
3 or 4, right?
so no, I'm actually DJing 5 days in a row.
Oh, okay.
So I started the events on Wednesday. We do a Nightingale. We call the Wednesday After Dark. Actually, that's a great platform for upcoming DJs. And if there any newcomer DJs want to play over there, that's every Wednesday we give a state of the art and sound system over there to come cherish your talent over there. And Thursday I do have residency for ages for last almost 10 years. It's a college town, great place. He also owned the BNC and Mickey's. Then Friday and Saturday, depending on it, sometimes I travel to Omaha for my Bollywood events, and then obviously my Saturday residency at VooDoo. So I used to also do Sundays at Nightingale, but now I take it easy. I took that night away. So 4 nights right now I'm doing. Then we come across random weddings, a lot of community events, destination weddings. My main goal is these days is with the Bollywood weddings and stuff. That's my main businesses and a lot of Bollywood shows, which we are growing towards Omaha. We just did the Diwali is a festival of light, so it's a series that comes in, and we did at each state, like we did in Iowa, in Omaha, Michigan, everywhere. So.
Gotcha. So then during the day, most of the time you're probably just sleeping.
No, I'm pretty active. As long as I can get a 6 hour sleep, I'm good. 7 hour, I'm great. 8 hour, I'm tired.
Gotcha.
So once I got decent sleep, I usually get up about like 11 or so, and then just get on. I also do a lot of social media marketing in myself. I have a team of DJs I work with. Planning takes more time than DJing too. The DJing is only from 10 to 2 o'clock.
So is that kind of like the vision into the future is having the DJs underneath you? Like you're wanting to keep growing that so you can eventually get out of DJing yourself, or is that just something separate?
I thought about that, but it's just a passion that I can't leave. You know, I like I said in a previous question you asked me, I enjoy DJing. Do I want to retire out of it? We'll see. I don't know but I'm not desiring to retire out of it because I got to keep myself active. You know, if I stay home, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
eat and get fat. And so it keeps me active. You know, and plus is I'm a very social person. So and meeting with new people and learning with new people is another thing. With the traveling, my DJ has actually gone much better. I met so many new people, new connections, and there are also not only the DJ's opportunity, there's other opportunities also pop up with it too. I'm pivoting more self towards more of a cultural aspect of it, like bringing the Indian community big shows, and also working with Latin Heritage Festival and also I was a Celebration Asia with ISA, Indo-American Association and stuff. So I'm pivoting myself towards more family, big-oriented events. But the reason behind that is because the new generation is not capturing on these events. So I'm pivoting myself towards more family-oriented events, which is great. At least they'll bring their kids and they know it, and at least the people get together at one spot for the on a universal language of music, you know. So.
Okay. I see. Do you have anything like one thing? Because again, you know, a lot of our followers are entrepreneurs or, you know, small business owners or athletes or, you know, people in all different types of spaces. So I know they like to hear your story and our guests' like advices and stuff. Do you have like one thing that you feel like really helped you throughout these years of being consistent and disciplined and everything that entails?
Yeah, I grow out of. My growth has gone pretty good. I mean, it's pretty much the whole Midwest. I do a bunch of shows. The only thing I can say, everybody or upcoming DJ artist, just be humble. Just be humble. Keep doing it. You know, if you get big, stay the same, and don't forget where you came from. Stay true to your roots, and also if you're growing, take your friends, your community along with you to grow with you. And that's what brings everybody together, and we make a bigger and better community and more events like 5-on-5 Live in Cosmic Kingdom.
Raj, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anywhere people can reach out to you, follow you, or, you know, some of those clubs that you mentioned? Is there any good spots?
I'm pretty much all over the social media. You can follow me on a TikTok. My handle is DJ Raj 5-on-5 Alive. Snapchat. Obviously on a Facebook and Instagram, same thing. You can probably add that to the podcast, all the links if you want. Wednesday night is a residency at Wednesday After Dark in Nightingale. This is a good platform for everybody to come over there, the new upcoming DJs, if they want to come practice over there, and if they have just a basement DJ or something,
That's
There's
in Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa. And just hit me up on Facebook and we'll get you in. And my main thing is also I want other people to grow with me too. So if you're upcoming DJs and you don't getting a chance, come. Same thing with the hip hop scene too. Thursdays I'm in AJ's, it's a college town, $1 mug night with 11 years. Friday, Saturday you can catch me at VooDoo, or you can catch me doing the Bollywood events or getting involved with the community events with the Hindu Temple of Iowa Sikh Association, ISA, or upcoming shows to watch for. If you're looking for a Bollywood event, New Year's Eve is setting up at the hall, and obviously the VooDoo Lounge is another place. For the underground scene, definitely follow the Jammers. They'll be doing a monthly series at the Lefties, which is a great event. And obviously look for some subcon shows at the platform or Woolies and stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, and lastly, it popped in my head before we end off here. MGK was just in VooDoo. What was that like? Was that I saw some like Snapchats.
It was a long time ago though.
It was what, last year?
No, he's grown out of that. We brought MGK at Seven Flag. I don't know if you remember the venue.
Yeah. But wasn't he just in VooDoo when he performed at Wells Fargo not too long ago?
Was that with the Young Thug show?
No. It was when he came by himself, the headliner.
Oh, okay. I don't know. He showed up
It was
at
like
VooDoo.
during the week.
He
Yeah,
showed up
yeah.
at VooDoo
Yes.
actually. Yeah. He stopped up for a little bit. Yeah, forgot. Yeah, I've totally forgot about that party. We also did the Pitbull after party too. He didn't come, but
Pitbull didn't come?
he didn't come.
Was he the first artist to show up for the after party?
No, we have a lot of artists from the bass music scene. Hero Bust, Charles the First, Subtronics. So whenever me and Dan thrown the shows at Woolies before it was platform, we used to throw after party in Nightingale or VooDoo. So most of these national artists used to come with a USB drive, and we already had the setup. They come do a guest set. MGK showed up, definitely. I totally remember that. I thought you said he was at Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah, that was last year, I think.
Right? Yeah. So we threw an after party after that, and he did show up for a little bit. And so my VIP waitress didn't know who he was, so she asked for the credit card. And he expected it was free, but she charged him.
Really? Oh, wow.
Well, he can afford it, right?
Yeah, we hope so. We hope he can. Did you get to talk to him at all?
No, I don't. I don't interact with the artists that much. It's behind the scene and stuff. So I brought so many artists. Once in a while, I never had a desire to take a picture with them or something. But you'll see a bunch of snaps and stuff. I'll be promoting them and promoting the events and promoting the scene. But I never get the desire to meet with them. The only person I had desire to meet with them was the Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
So and also I met Nelly. He was pretty cool. And and also Little Boozy came in. The Baby came in. Because we just briefly talked since I used to work at Valley. I used to manage Valley Ballroom too.
Okay.
Before Sam Summer took it. So I came across a lot of hip hop artists and some who was Moneybag Yo.
Oh yeah.
So I met him. Pretty chill people, So they just keep that to themselves and come, relax, do their show and take off. Polo G was actually came to VooDoo too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Really?
So, but we refused him.
What?
Yeah. So this is a funny story. Talk about DJ aspect. I don't know if you want to put this. So,
Yeah.
So it was 1:15 or so, and we hosted a Polo G after party. It was unofficial. So evidently he showed up at 1:30, and the club closed at 1:45.
Right.
And he came in, and he wants to he doesn't want to get pat down. And it's a busy Saturday night. He wants to bring his bag. So the owner made the decision that we asked him, you can leave all your bags and stuff over there because we don't know. The biggest concern is the weapons, And so we don't want any kind of a risk to take. So we refused him to come. But by the time the conference, we were going back and forth, the club closed anyway. So the arrival was late. So that was a funny story. I said that we refused Polo G. We put it that way, you know what I mean? So so it was just a safety for the customer, for our customers and stuff. We just have a policy that we pat people down for the safety. So biggest concern is a person coming with a weapon or something, which is a very huge liability for the scene and everything. So
Right.
Artist canceling on us is not a big deal. Some incident like that happen, it just ruins your reputation for the future, and whatever you built for 30 years goes down the drain and boom.
Right. That's her title right there. DJ Raj refuses Polo G. All right, man. Appreciate it once again. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you for having me.
Yep.
And keep doing this, guys. This is great.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Make sure you.
Thank you to your team.
Yes, exactly. We want to give a shout out to the Amplified DSM team. If you guys want to catch any other podcasts or any stories, you can check it out on their website. Make sure you let them know Filling Adds Up sent you their way. And thank you once again for tuning in. Make sure you follow us, like us, share with all your friends and family on our social media pages. It's at Filling Adds Up Podcast is our handle for all our social media pages. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, as well as YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe. Thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.
This podcast is brought to you by Infinite Resources, a local staffing agency connecting diverse job candidates in central Iowa companies.
Amplified.